On this episode of VI Sports, we check in with the 2017 Men's National Baseball Championships. Ken Hurricane Hines tries his hand at lawn bowling at the 2017 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championships. We'll also visit the Bear Mountain Tennis Center for a look at some premier clay court action. All that and more, and it all starts right now. I'm with Dave Cockle. He's the co-chair of the 2017 Men's Baseball Championships here in Victoria. Dave, tell me a little bit about the event.
Well, we're holding the Men's Championship here August 23rd to 27th, and we've got 10 teams from all across the country here playing, a couple of host teams here in Victoria that are putting on a great event for us this week in the beautiful sunny Victoria.
Yeah, now this has been going on for quite a while. Give me a little bit of background.
Yeah, well, the Canadian Men's Championship's been going on for about 49 years. It was last in BC in 2012. Victoria got the host this year, and we're also hosting next year, which is the 50th year of the event. So it should be pretty exciting.
And who's actually competing? Because obviously you've got a variety of different players, probably, you know, ex-pros, college, club players.
Exactly, Mark. People anywhere from 18 years old to 44 years old playing in this tournament, and it's still enjoying the game and playing at a high level.
Now, obviously it is highly competitive. You know, how seriously do these guys take it? I mean,
very seriously. This is their chance. For some of them, this is the highest level they're ever going to play. For others, this is the next closest thing to the show where they were.
Okay, and what's the goal here? What are they competing for?
Well, they're competing to be the men's national champion, which will be crowned on the night of the 27th.
And we've had some pretty good teams, pretty good players that have come out of Victoria.
Very good teams. You know, Kyle Orr's here, who was previously drafted before. We've got several players from the Victoria Harbour Cats who have played college ball and that are out on the field as we speak today behind us.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us, Dave.
Thank you very much, Mark.
We've got a lot more to come from this event, but before we get to that, we're actually going to go to the 2017 Canadian National Lawn Bowling Championships with Ken Hurricane Hines.
Hello, sports fans. I'm here with Dave Matthey. I said Dave Matthey, not Dave Matthews, a rock star. Might as well be a rock star, though. This man's been the president of the Wanda Fuca Bowling Greens for 9 years. He was the national team coach for 6 years with Canada's best. He's been to Delhi, India. He's been to Scotland with the Commonwealth Games. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Dave Matthey, and he's going to teach me how to lawn bowl today. What do we got here? Let's talk about the balls here a little bit.
No, we'll talk about the bowls.
The balls! Oh,
Remember bowls!
I made the classic mistake already. There's one.
First of all, we place the mat on the green. If you wish, you can walk the mat right up and place it there. But to start with, we will start here.
And anyone can play this sport, is that correct?
Anyone can. Well,
right.
Ken, if you can learn to play this sport, anybody can play it. We take the jack and we throw it as far as you want, except in the ditch.
Gotcha.
Now, to throw the jack, just place it in your hand like this, put your thumb on it, and roll the jack. Now, let's see your stance first. You watch the stance. There we go. Right, nice and easy now. Now, that's a great jack, Ken. You are a natural. And we'll place it on the centre line. The jack has to be placed on the centre line of the green.
I'm fired up. This is
okay.
exciting.
Remember what I told you about the wee button to the inside?
Wee button to the inside
right.
of the bowl, not the ball.
Do this.
Yep.
A natural.
I'm a natural at this.
Right, just do this and let your hand fall out naturally.
Floppy hand.
Right, just let it stop now. Right, now we place the bowl. That, you don't grab it, you see? Natural.
Okay.
There you go. I want you to put your back foot like this.
Right.
Okay. With your left foot pointed forward.
Okay.
And then step forward.
This one's for all the people that believe.
Okay, can you make my team tomorrow morning? I just fired my lead. You're fired, Ozzy!
Well, in August, you had the national championships here. What's it like to be the president of the club that hosted this spectacular sports extravaganza?
Our volunteers are fantastic. Wanda Fuca Lawn Bowling Club is second to none. It's the whole community of lawn bowling in Victoria. fantastic support.
And is it true you want to get a lot of younger people? I mean, the juniors would start at 8.
Yeah.
You want to get younger people in the lifeblood of the sport, get them playing this game?
Absolutely. That's what's going to keep this sport alive, is the youth.
All right, we're going to do a little 2-on-2. Davey and myself, the old folks are going to take on the younger folks. What do we got on the other side, by the way?
Oh, we have Caitlin Briley and Ozzy Chambers, both provincial, one international player.
In other words, we're in trouble?
We're in trouble.
All right.
You have to shake hands now. The bowling.
The bowling.
Right. You're up, big boy.
What do you want me to do? Try and hit the weight?
Not bad, Ken. You're good at this.
I'm going to have to dig deep, come up big.
Yeah.
It's intimidating the way Ozzy looks at me. It's like he's looking through my soul.
Well, he's a hockey player too.
Oh, is he?
Oh.
The wee button to the inside.
You go up the other end. Are we up or down, Ken? Are we up or down? No reply. Okay.
Wow.
I wish I could have played like that today, Ken. We get 2 shots.
2 points.
2 points.
You're lucky I'm not wearing my lucky jacket.
Yeah. Well, we need to get your lucky jacket. Wait.
I wish the guy who made my tent suits would say the same thing about my weight. My haberdasher. Look at that kid.
Oh, young Ozzy. See?
Oh, young Ozzy.
Yeah. I told you it was like a...
Why does he smile so much?
Because he's
It's
happy.
intimidating.
See if you can beat him.
All right,
Take more grass, a wee bit more over.
I'm going to take more grass.
More grass.
Here we go.
Next year you'll be able to take it legally. Oh, this is perfect, buddy. Perfect, come on. Run, 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 run. Oh, second shot.
Let's take a look at the score here.
1, 2, 3. That's the 2, they 1, 3, 2.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of 94 Commonwealth Games magic. Yeah, I'm going to get my jacket.
Get a jacket,
We're going to
we'll
do
play
this
back
one more
up.
time.
We'll play back up.
Hurricane never loses. We're not going to lose this,
No,
partner.
not a chance.
No way, no way, you two.
Right.
I'm going to put the magic jacket on. It's like Superman putting on his cape. Here we go. Commonwealth Games, Victoria 1994. The greatest sports spectacular in the history of Vancouver Island. Careful, kid, don't play with fire.
That was a fantastic shot, Ken. You are definitely the Sidney Crosby of Langford, for goodness
Oh
sake.
my goodness. There we
You
go.
got him rattled.
All right, 94 Commonwealth Games, the magic returns. Wow!
Wow!
Oh, beauty, way to go!
Yeah.
Man, I feel like Conor McGregor right now.
Does he play bagpipes?
Nobody walks like this. That's not too bad.
Not too shabby at all.
Sorry, kids. Stay in school, get good grades, work hard, listen to your parents. All right, what a great day it's been here at the Juan de Fuca Bowling Greens. We played the game, we learned about the game. Anybody can play, anytime, no matter what your age, no matter what kind of shape or condition you're in. It's a super fun game. And I'm Ken Hurricane Himes, the sports guy that's not shy for VI Sports from the Juan de Fuca Bowl Greens. High five! Yeah. Woo! Hey, the magic of television.
Kara's one of the special ones. She's very bright, very intelligent, and coaching is simple. And I always knew she was going to be at least a provincial champion.
My name's Webster, and I'm 19 years old. I was competing in Nova Scotia in the under 25 Canadian Championships this year and won. So I will be competing against some of the best in the world in Australia Gold Coast this February 2018. I've been lawn bowling since I was 11 years old and have been a member of Lake Hill Lawn Bowling Club for about 5 years now.
And I'm absolutely thrilled that Kara's going to Australia. Just thrilled. I'd love to be there with her. And who knows, maybe if I win the lottery, I'll be there. But
I love the sport and the tactics behind it. All of the people in it are great. They're like a second family to me, so friendly and inviting, so you make a lot of great friends.
most lawn bowlers start when they're late, which is absolutely wrong. They start in their 60s and 70s. They should be starting when they're children.
Bowls BC and Bowls Canada are going to fundraise me a little bit. We also are selling raffle tickets, and my club Lake Hill is going to help do a bit more fundraising. A lot of people don't know the actual sport. They kind of hear it and they think, oh, it's like bocce ball, or oh, isn't it for old people? A lot of new people are actually getting more and more into it. It's a lot more difficult than people think because the bowl has a bias, so it's going to curve a different way, and you have to figure out the line and the weight. My coach once put it this way, and I loved how he put it. He said, lawn bowling is a sport for young people that old people can play, and I think that really hit home on what it is.
When I hit the yellow line, I'm sprinting, whichever hand it's into the arc, retreat, attack. Back program is basically a movement to be giving people your time and creating an opportunity for others. So often that features in the way of my give back camps, and the give back camps are often ran through Vancouver Island University, where it's a basketball camp that'll have athletes participate and pay $20, for instance, and all the funds raised will go towards helping athletes who may struggle financially for future camps and programs.
Maybe one day now those kids will end up playing here, or they'll end up playing somewhere else, and because you never know. Like, the hardest working kid might not be the kid who has the most money. It's the it's the kid who's working hard, working the hardest. So
eyes on the basket, work on your game. When I was growing up as a young coach, I was given a lot of opportunity through my mentor to participate in different camps and clinics and to just learn basketball as much as possible, and that was basically somebody giving me their time and an opportunity, and that's what kind of created the whole movement in wanting to help future athletes. Shot fake, tight circle, floater. Give athletes an opportunity to get in the gym and work on their game, and by their participation, they're also creating opportunities for other athletes. So I think that's something for them to really take pride in.
I used to be the kid playing at the give back camp and playing in these camps, and it's kind of cool now that I get to be one of the coaches and helping them develop in their skills the way I did.
There's a need in the community for running programs like this, and I've put it out as a challenge and encouragement to all other sports to try and run camps the same way, whether it's a soccer camp or a lacrosse camp, just to get athletes involved, and maybe they'll try the sport once and really like it and fall in love with the sport.
Sports help kids later on in life by just giving them a good work ethic throughout life, giving them confidence to do things, and just giving them skills to work as a team, either that's like through your job or through school or whatever it is.
So if anyone's wanting to get involved in camps, you can follow Brower Basketball on Instagram, Facebook, and www.browerbasketball.com. For the win.
You're watching VI Sports on Shaw TV.
I'm joined by Dave Dychek, manager of the Victoria Mavericks. And Dave, tell me a little bit about your program and what it's like to be hosting this event.
It's actually a great thing for Victoria and Victoria Baseball. We're trying to build a solid program through the Mavericks, and we're trying to involve a lot of the youth kids and stuff. They come out and we got a bunch of ball boys out here from youth baseball, trying to develop deeper in conjunction with the Harbor Cats, who are actually trying to spread baseball a little bit better. We've had a pretty good tradition in Victoria for baseball, and we're just trying to get the roots back again because it's kind of been floating over the last few years. So we're trying to develop it a little bit. We have this event 2 years in a row now. We're going to do it this year and next year.
So obviously this creates good opportunity for local players.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's something to shoot for. I mean, there's the last few years, like I said, we've gone to BC championships and stuff, and we've had problems with getting players out. We've always had a lot of talent. It's just getting them motivated to come out and do stuff. So this is like a magnet, and all of a sudden all the guys come out of the woodwork, and actually developing a little camaraderie between the guys and the boys, and they're starting to gel a little bit. So it's fun.
There you go. And in terms of the talent, you've got a pretty good mix with the players.
Yes, well, we have some ex-pros, got a lot of ex-collegiate guys and stuff, and a lot of these guys, it's interesting, you come from the same city, and they've played a lot as youth, but as they've gotten older, they've kind of grown apart a little bit. So this is bringing them back together again. We, like I said, draft picks and a lot of wealth of knowledge that we have here in Victoria, and it's just not been utilized. So this is starting to help bring it back together.
Must be a lot of fun for the players as well as the fans to be able to come out and see you guys play.
Well, definitely. Again, like I said, the Harbour Cats are instigating this. I mean, Victoria, the Maverick Baseball Club, they've also kind of been instigators in this as well. But Jim Swanson's done a great job of fostering the development of ball in Victoria, and it's kind of revitalized the whole group.
So you see this as something that's going to keep growing and growing?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we've had, like I said, there's like, you got your Saunders and all these guys making the bigs, and all the kids get to see that, but they actually get to see closer to home some really good baseball. And there actually is talent here that people can watch, and as known to see the Harbour Cats setting records the last couple of years, and it's kind of breeding. It's become a breeding ground for talent as well. It's just hopefully we can keep pushing that.
Right on. Well, thanks very much, Dave.
No problem.
We're going to take a minute now and actually meet some of the Mavericks. Fall may be in the air, but we're not done with baseball. And with 10 teams competing from across Canada, this is an excellent opportunity for the Victorian Mavericks to showcase their skills and promote their program here on the island.
Victoria Mavericks Baseball Association is a men's league played out of Lambert Park for the top tier 19 plus men in Victoria area. So we have a 5-team house league, and when we play any tournament baseball, such as the provincials or tournaments around the province or the nationals, we come together as an all-star group and play under the Victoria Mavericks banner.
The Mavericks have some pretty impressive talent competing at this event, including one-time LA Dodgers prospect Kyle Orr.
Victoria baseball scene has been for a while and is, continuing to improve. It's really good. There are a handful of major leaguers right now. Michael Saunders and Nick Pavetta are both Victoria products as well. The Baseball Academy does a great job. The Victoria Mariners, the Victoria Eagles, the high performance teams, they do a really good job here. The Harbour Cats program is a great spot for college kids to come and play in the summer. So baseball is thriving here in Victoria.
Griffin Anderchuk is another hometown favorite who played Division I ball in Seattle while spending 3 summers with the Harbour Cats.
So Mavericks is a little interesting because I know a couple of the guys on the team, but didn't know really many of them. So I got asked to come play down here and play for the Mavericks for this men's national championship, and I said sure, why not? Put the cleats on one more time, right? So I didn't know much about it, but the guys are all good. It's a fun, different dynamic because it's not as serious, but it is at the same time. So it's good, it's fun.
And there's a lot of good baseball players. I mean, across Canada, similar to what we do in Victoria and throughout the province. The other province have ex-college guys, current college guys, ex-pros filling up their lineups as well. So it's been stiff competition, and that's what we expect.
And the good news is, with the men's national championship returning to the island next year, if you didn't have a chance to catch the action this time round, well, stay tuned for more next summer.
A family that throws together stays together. You may not have heard that phrase before, but for hammer throw siblings Jessica and Ethan, With coach and father Bernie, it's something that the Katzberg family lives by.
Bent knee around the corner, Jess.
It's really fun, and it's something I can do with like my dad and my brother, and it's just fun to, I don't know, have that kind of like family thing going on, I guess.
Jessie just had a really good experience with throwing, so she continued it. Ethan kind of much by accident.
I broke my hand, and I used to be throwing javelin, but I kind of just got into it because I could do it with one hand, and it just worked out, I guess.
It's just really impressive how fast he's become really good at his sport and has become one of the top in his field, and just really picked it up and done what he can with it.
Make sure that you just have your nice flat setup.
Both Katzbergs have become accomplished in the hammer throw. They recently earned spots on Team BC and are now preparing to represent at Nationals in Brandon, Manitoba.
Both kids are really different. Jessica just rises to the occasion. She loves to compete on a stage like that, and all of her best throws have come at a higher level meet, higher competition.
I'm just hoping to have a fun time and just, I don't know, kind of take it all in and do as well as I can for BC.
Ethan, we'll see. He hasn't been at the national level before, but he likes to just kind of play it down and just, you know, happy thoughts and fairy dust and just see what happens.
It's just really relaxed, and it's not very stressful at all, so it's really nice, just something fun to do.
Jessica and Ethan, like most siblings, can be competitive. Competing in the same sport amps up that rivalry to another gear.
It's fun because it's always a competition. Like, me and my brother are so competitive.
Oh, absolutely. They're throwing a different weight, so Ethan throws a kilogram heavier, but that kind of makes it so they're throwing about the same distance. So even in practice, you know, one person will hit 52 meters, the other one has to hit 52 and a half.
We're both really close, like throwing the same distance. So like, just if one of us throws better than the other one, it's always just like, there's always that pride.
Whether it's basketball or track or any sport we do, it's always just a big competition, so it keeps it, I don't know, interesting, I guess.
I don't know, it makes us throw further, honestly. It makes it competitive. Like, we're always trying to better each other, like make ourselves like be at that top, you know. It's definitely a lot of fun.
It's always that back and forth, kind of trying to one up the other one. Like, obviously we still want each other to do good, and it's just a way of like, kind of like pushing each other.
Just one. Well, no dinner for you.
It's just kind of keeps it fun, and it's just fun to have that competition, because with other people it might be kind of awkward, but then it's your own siblings, so you can kind of have that rivalry and just still cheer for each other and want them to do their best as well.
At the end of the day, they really want each other to do really well, for sure.
In Nanaimo, for Shaw TV, I'm Todd Jones.
Bent my wire.
Killed it.
It's Western Canada's largest red clay court tennis facility, and it sits high up on a mountain on Vancouver Island. Bear Mountain started welcoming tennis players to its 8 clay courts in the spring of 2017, and its plans are to keep getting bigger and better.
What Bear Mountain wanted to do was bring in a world-class clay court club and benefit the tennis in the Southern Island.
We do now have grass courts, hard courts, and now finally clay courts on the island, which is so unique to actually have all 3 surfaces in one area. So that's huge for the island. It's huge for development, for players, being able to play on the top 3 surfaces in the world.
Vancouver Island is well known for its beauty, but Bear Mountain takes it one step further, with panoramic views, forest, trails, and recreation like golf, hiking, mountain biking, and of course, tennis.
If you just look around Bear Mountain, it's an amazing, amazing site. It's a beautiful place to be at. It's a wonderful resort. So I think this is going to be a big hit.
We had a couple families come in last week from England. We had another family come in from New Zealand, and just a couple of days ago we had a couple more people come from San Francisco. So it's constant.
Clay is the most common surface in the world. 80 to 90% of the top players in the world develop their game on clay and then transitioned into hard courts and continue to play on clay.
It's a reclaimed red brick, and it is an island product. So yeah, it was crushed up island and brought down here. So it's nice having a local product on the courts as well.
I like a clay a little more because I get to do the sliding and it's easier to get to balls. The bounce is definitely different, but it's not that difficult to change from hard court to clay.
You don't get that wear and tear, especially on areas like the knees and things like that you typically get on a hard court. It's a lot slower game. Balls also bounce higher. So it changes the tactics quite a bit with different types of serves, topspin serves being very popular and things like that. Players playing further back in the court, so not stepping as close in as you would on a hard court. So it does change the tactics quite a bit as well.
All 8 courts will be bubbled and indoors, and then the bubbles will come down in the spring and they'll be outdoors throughout the outdoor season, but it'll be the largest facility in the country with red clay courts.
Clay tennis courts aren't all that common in Canada, but you'll find them around the world, particularly in Europe. They're important on the professional tennis tournaments, such as the French Open in Paris and the Monte Carlo Open.
We want to be able to bring in international level tournaments here to play, so we'd like Bear Mountain to be recognized nationally, internationally, as a place to come, not only to relax and recreate, but also to compete.
A lot of the main tournaments in the world when I get older are actually on clay, and it would be great to have an advantage on clay.
Right now, Tennis Canada is a consultant of ours. They'll also be bringing in top players to be training here. We'd like to develop this into a tennis development center and eventually a national training center.
That's a long-term goal for us, to be considered a tennis development center for Tennis Canada. And that just means we are producing local players.
Bear Mountain is open not only to top players, but also to the recreational player. It's open to people who come and stay at the resort, the general public, and joining here as a member.
So here on Vancouver Island, definitely take the trek up to Bear Mountain and check out what will be Canada's largest indoor-outdoor red clay court facility. I'm Bill, and I travel around the world checking out tennis courts. You can find out more about my travels on thetennistourist.com.
Well, that wraps it up for another episode of VI Sports. We'd like to thank Baseball Canada and the Victoria Mavericks for hosting an amazing event. I'm Mark Robertson, and we will see you next time.